pay off your bills, pay off your credit cards, pay off your homes, pay off your cars, invest some money, give back to your church, all kinds of cool things, right? Most people today are living paycheck to paycheck, so they're not able to do a lot of the things they would love to do. Number one, get out of debt and get rid of that financial stress, right? So what are some different plan Bs? Well, you could invest into real estate. Could cost you some money. There's programs out there that don't necessarily cost you money, but you may have to pay, you know, $1,500, a couple $1,000 to get into a program and get some mentors to teach you. But real estate's a great stream of income, right? It just takes a lot more money to invest. Sometimes people take out loans, mortgage their homes, whatever. I don't necessarily teach people to get into more debt to create a plan B. I think real estate's an absolute great way to create residual and security in residual, right? Real estate's going to always be there. Property's going to always be there, which is great. But it costs a lot of money, right? What are some other ways you can create a plan B? Well, you could get a second job, but you could get fired from that job. You're taking time away from your family. Maybe you don't have the time. Maybe some of you have 2 jobs right now. You're watching this on a recording because it's 2 o'clock in the morning where you are right now, or when you're watching this, and you didn't have a chance to watch it because you're at your second or your third job. So you could do that. Or what you could do is look at any number of online or home-based businesses. See, I got introduced to the home business in 2001, the model of home-based business. And it floors me every day when I talk to some people that don't really know really what it is. And straight on the surface, they just go, oh, Ponzi scheme. Well, is there such thing as a Ponzi scheme? Yeah, there's such thing as a Ponzi scheme. A Ponzi scheme, what you would think a pyramid scheme, is when there's some kind of a program designed for you to put, let's just call it $100 for simple math. You put 100 in, and that $100 that you gave to the program is paying people above you. So there's no purchasing of anything and a commission. Like, you know, if you worked at a sporting goods store that paid you commissions, you sold the shoes, you get commission. That's real commission from a real sale. A Ponzi scheme, a pyramid scheme, is when people put money into something and they're not buying anything. Okay, and then that money is then paid to the people above you, right? And then what happens is, as that goes, I don't know, 4,000 or 5,000 people, and people stop joining, the money runs out, nobody can get paid anymore, and the company's gone. That's a Ponzi scheme. Okay, and unfortunately, in the last 10 years, there's a lot of companies out there that have tried to create a make-believe product so that they could run a money game, right? And those are illegal, by the way. And that's not what I'm talking about when I talk about home-based business. And a lot of times people say, is that one of those pyramid schemes? And I simply ask them, what do you mean by that? Because most people don't take the time to really understand. But here's what I'm going to tell you what I've found out. Over the last 10 years of my career, I've been full-time in the home-based business arena, direct selling, network marketing, relationship marketing, whatever you want to call it. All it is just a different way to deliver good products, right? Great products sell fast through word of mouth advertising, which is what I like to really call it. It's nothing more than you found something that brought you great value. You shared it with other people. They get great value out of it, right? Okay. Well, how much does it typically cost to start a real estate business or buy a property? I don't know, a couple $100,000 probably. I mean, you might be able to buy a dilapidated home for 30 grand, put 80 grand into it, flip the house. Okay, so let's just use simple numbers. You know, 100 grand to be able to get yourself into a good residual income of $1,500, $2,000 a month. Okay. Or you could go the home-based business route and literally get started, in some cases, free. In other cases, you might have to get a bunch of products. Some companies have a model where you want to get products so you can sample out and sell smaller amounts to people so they can try it, right? So that might cost you $1,000, $500. And the yield for it, forget about recruiting people, okay, for a second. Everybody thinks that a plan B in the home business world means you got to just go recruit people to get in something. That is a philosophy or a truth that has been so far-fetched that I want you to know. I mean, you find a good product and you share it with people and it can bring them value. You can just sell the product all day long if you want. You don't have to recruit anybody. If you have a real company with a real product, right? Yeah, I know it's convoluted. There's a lot of companies out there that don't have that, but there are a lot of good companies, okay? And for you to be able to get involved in something for virtually very low money, if some cases none, then at the end of the day, you can start building your plan B. My phone here. And there's no better time to start a plan B than when your plan A is going good. A plan B just secures your future. It allows you to start putting away. You know, people my age or younger, I'm 47, my age or younger, I mean, don't be planning on Social Security when we get there. It's probably going to be gone. So I like to show people how to start a home business on very, very low budget. But here's the key secret. It has to be something you're passionate about. You see, a home business just to join to make money is probably not going to work. That's why so many people don't make money in our industry, because they just get fired up and they join, and at the end of the day, they could care less about the product. They're just looking to make money. Relationship marketing is about helping other people, but you can't help other people with fake or garbage or hyped up products that don't really work, okay? It has to be something that brings value to people. And if you can find something you're really passionate about, then you can do really, really well. And I look at this whole thing about building a plan B. Think about this for a minute. Where were you 2 years ago financially? Was it the same place? Was it exactly the same place? Was it less? Maybe it was a little more. Economy's gotten better for you now? Has it gotten worse for you now? Think about 2 years ago, because here's what I learned. Anybody, okay, doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter your age, where you live, anybody can completely change their life in 2 years. You say, well, Bob, 2 years? I mean, I want to make money right now. Well, don't we all? But at the end of the day, when you find something you love, you should put yourself a 24-month plan in place. While you're working your job part-time. See, people don't understand. This industry is designed. It's not designed to quit your job and go do something different. It's designed for a plan B with very little investment. And it just baffles my mind how many people, when you talk to, that maybe you saw a post and they're struggling, or you saw a post that, you know, there was more month at the end of the money, whatever. And you reached out to them and they're like, oh, and they're closed-minded to it. Or better yet, people that go on the internet that fill out forms that say they want to work from home and they want to build a plan B, and yet their mind is so closed off to what it is. Gang, if you go to a great movie, do you tell people about it? But I'll bet you any money the theater didn't send you free tickets, or you didn't walk in and they said thank you and gave you free popcorn for the next time you went. It doesn't happen. But I bet you told somebody about it. I see people doing lives all the time, and they're wearing shirts or hats. They're promoting Adidas, Nike, whatever. Well, they're not getting paid from it, but that's in essence network marketing. You're marketing something to your network of people. That's all it means. You're marketing something to your network of people. So you go have a great meal at a restaurant. You tell a bunch of people, your network, right? It's the network of people you know. You tell them about it. Does the restaurant give you a free meal? No, it doesn't. Now, I'm not talking about join something and be that guy that, you know, your friends are like, oh my God, please lose my number, right? We all know a few of those kind of crazy people. But when you find something that really brings you value, you can share that with other people. And instead of the companies spending millions of dollars on advertising, they pay a compensation plan to affiliates or distributors or promoters or marketing executives, whatever it is. and to actually market the product. That's all it is. Doesn't mean you're going to go out and be this huge marketer or be this sales guy or any of that. In fact, network marketing, two things that are a huge misleading, what's the word, misunderstanding, is that you got to be a salesperson, number one, and number two, that you're in some kind of pyramid scheme. Both of those are the farthest thing from the truth you can ever imagine. And so, you know, I know for a fact, when you look at what's the number one cause of stress is financial, what does that really mean? That means people need more money. And when you're stressed out, what does that mean? It means you're not very happy. It means you're pretty aggravated all the time. It means you're stressed out. You know, you're not going through life in bliss. You're not in harmony. You're not congruent with the things that cause the law of attraction to work in your favor in a positive way. That's what happens when you're in that kind of situation, and all of a sudden negative things keep attracting to it. So, you know, my question is, and if you have a good answer for it, and I don't mean a smart aleck comment, you know, there's everybody out there who wants to be the guy that has to comment something, you know, smart ass, pardon my French. That's the only way I could really explain it. But, you know, if you have what you think is a valid reason for not starting a plan B in the home-based business arena, network marketing, relationship marketing, type it in the comments. If you have a reason why you think it's a great idea, type it in the comments. All I'm saying is I don't think there is a better way to, number one, have the opportunity or the possibilities of actually building a substantial residual income, the opportunity to do that, or another way or a better way for the least amount of money to start working on something that can better the financial situation of you and your family so that you can live a debt-free life in bliss. I mean, isn't that what we all want? I'm not saying everybody wants to be rich. Don't get me wrong. You'll never see Lambos and mansions and all that crap on my Facebook page, okay? Some people are driven to that, and I get it, okay? I understand. That's not what I mean. I don't mean, come on, you should do this kind of business so you can get rich. I'm saying that it's a great way for a low cost to get involved, and in some cases free, to be able to go out and start building a residual income, meaning you do the work once and keep getting paid over and over. Why would somebody not entertain that? The only thing I can think of is because they have this preconceived notion. Somebody told them it was a pyramid scheme. They don't even know what that means, right? I mean, let's face it. I mean, let's talk facts here. Many of you that know me know I'm not a hyper, right? I mean, I like to just straight up tell the facts. And let's talk about the facts for a minute. More people are stressed out because of finances than ever before. Now, let's look at the network marketing industry. It's created more millionaires. Now, I'm not saying you're going to be a millionaire, or you should even strive for that. Maybe that's not what you want. That's fine. But it's created more millionaires than any other industry in the world. So if it's created millionaires, here's one thing I'm going to teach you right now. The only way somebody becomes a millionaire in direct sales is if there's a whole bunch of people making $500, $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 in their spare time extra. How many people do you know right now that an extra $1,000 a month would change their whole financial situation? A lot. It's amazing. And, you know, how do I say this? So in the United States alone, over 18 million people participate. And you think all 18 million people are looking to get involved in some kind of scam? I mean, come on, man. Really? $34 billion. $34 billion in sales last year alone in the network marketing industry. Direct sales. Get in low. Doesn't cost money. What does it take? It takes a little ambition. It takes a little commitment. It takes a little prioritizing, a little desire, a little coaching.